What's up, guys? We're here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm bringing you a day 4 update of my Blood Mage Arc build, and by golly gee willikers, we are having such a blast. We figured it out. It's so strong and fun, and as you guys can see from the early on gameplay, we nuke absolutely everything on the map, and the build just continues to get better and better. We're on our way to 100% crit chance. We are converting into a crit build. So if you guys have been following along, we are converting into a straight 100% crit build because we are in Blood Mage. Now, we recently just got our third ascendancy, Grasping Wounds, which gives us 25% loss from hits is prevented, and then that much life is lost over 4 seconds instead, which really gives us a huge added defensive layer. So let's go over this. Let me show you guys everything that I've done in the update and what I've changed from last video. Now, if you guys haven't followed along on my channel, we did just do a crafting video to showcase how we craft this crazy focus that we added to the build for +3 to all spell skills with huge increase critical hit chance for the build. So this is kind of like a best in slot to a degree, pretty close. We would want cast speed on here instead of the critical spell damage bonus, but that's okay. And probably a much higher mana roll. But if you get all of these affixes on here, this is pretty much exactly what you need. So we got a huge upgrade here in our offhand. We also got the same small little upgrade on our main hand for increased lightning damage with the +3 to all lightning skill spells. And then we did some upgrades in our gear, so we got a little bit better of a helmet here for increased critical hit chance on our helmet, which is huge. This is going to add to us to get to that 100%, again with max life and then 1 res on there because we are life stacking, so we need to have as much as possible. Our body armor here, now we do have 42 spirit here on top of some intelligence and resistance, and I think I still have 1 suffix open on here. The main reason that we have the 42 spirit is because we are adding in Archmage here. We did add in Archmage. Now, I also have Cast on Critical here as an option, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But we added on Archmage just because of our mana stacking to some degree, just to add some more consistent damage to the build. Then we got a belt with life and reses. We got boots with movement speed, life and reses. Same thing on our gloves, life and reses. Ring, same thing, cast speed, reses, max life, and then increased lightning damage. On our amulet, we got plus to all proj skills and then some life. This will be my next upgrade that I make. And then a brand new addition to the build, guys, is the Seed of Cataclysm. Now, because I have this on, my fire resistance is quite low. I do have some upgrades at the boots and gloves, but I got to wait till a little bit higher level to use them to kind of compensate for the fire res. But so that'll be taken care of here in a few levels. But this Seed of Cataclysm I've been testing out, and oh my god, it just makes getting to 100% crit chance on our spells that much easier, so we don't have to take so many points in the tree. Adds a huge amount of critical spell damage bonus, some chaos res, which is nice. The drawback is 10% more increased mana of skill, so arc is 203. If we take this off, we're at 182. But we do lose a lot of damage on arc. We're at 9,000 or 92. We go to 10,700. So we literally gain 1,500 DPS. At least here, it's a lot more in the POB, but this is such a huge layer to the build, guys. So that's our gear. The runes, you want to have spell damage here. And then the rest is literally just try to offset the resistances that you need. I do have a greater iron as well as a greater rebirth for some life regen here, but I can probably replace these and just add another iron rune here for now while I get the fire res worked out. Let's go into the passive tree because we added some notes here. Everything has been updated in the max roll, or not max roll, excuse me, the POB as well as the mobalytics, which I'll go over in just a second. But let's go over the tree. So what additions did we add? We added some crit spell damage bonus here with crit chance. If you want to go a little bit more, you can. I will show you guys in the POB just a moment on why I decided to take more critical spell damage bonus here. We got crit damage bonus here with more critical hit chance with critical exploit. Remember, you are casting a spell, so anything that's critical damage for hits doesn't apply. It has to be global crit chance, which is what this is. In addition, we did track over this way, path this way, and we grabbed more critical spell damage nodes, plus controlling magic for 25% more crit hit chance. And then we come this way. I don't have a jewel yet, but we came all the way down here for Careful Assassin. Yes, we do lose 20% crit damage bonus, but it's a small sacrifice to have the 50% increased critical hit chance. So this is where we're at in the build, guys. I'm at 72, almost 73. And then if we go over the POB, I want to show you what it is in the POB. So in the POB, we have all the same nodes selected, and my current crit hit chance with Arc is 96%. So we have like one more node, I think 1 or 2 nodes. If we want like 1 plus 10% node gives me to 99%. And then if we took another one, we'd be at 100. But I think we're going to be able to get there just fine. I think I might have to end up just adding 2 nodes, and that's just what it's going to have to be for us to get to 100% critical hit chance. So that's where we're at. I wanted to show you this crit modifier just to make sure you guys can kind of see it and see why I'm going this way with the build. But this is where we're at. We're probably going to have to either get it in a gear piece or a jewel, which I think is going to be my jewel socket right here. So that way I don't have to spend any extra nodes, and it'll get me to the 100% crit chance. And then we'll work on getting more crit modifiers. We may be able to swap some stuff out here at some point, but this is what we have right now. Now let's go into the tree, into the skill tree. We've done some added and some additions, some added subtractions. So in life remnants, we did add harmonic remnants, which is just going to give us another chance to spawn an additional life remnant and collect it from farther away. Helps us keep our life up and beyond, so that way we can have some nice survivability. We finally got a greater jeweler's orb to drop, so we did make a couple changes. So we keep rapid casting here. We add on pinpoint critical for 60% more crit hit chance, but 30 less crit hit damage. Now, eventually we are going to be able to take this away. So I know that it only says 96 here, but if we take this off, we lose a huge amount of crit hit chance. We lose about 30%. So I don't think if we took this away in the tree, we'd have to go add in so much into the tree, guys. If we go to Arc and take off pinpoint critical, we got 60%. And then if we go into the tree and add in a bunch of nodes here just to kind of showcase these nodes, we're still at only 66%. Same thing here with the increased crit chances. Here we're only at 77. So pinpoint critical really adds a huge layer and is the main reason that we're able to go from where we are to be able to hit 100% crit. So we swap in pinpoint critical. I know we're losing about 50% less crit hit damage in total, but don't worry, we're going to be able to make it up. Then of course we still have considered casting as well as lightning mastery. I did add lightning mastery to this to have more levels. Now, depending on where you're at in the build, guys, if you want to swap this out, I suggest efficiency for cost, because once you switch over to pure, like going pure crit, then there's no need for the the controlled destruction, because that takes away our ability to crit. So we want to be able to have a way to manage this cost. So we're at 203. If we swap this, we go down to 115. So if you want, depending on what you're doing, you could use efficiency for clear or for like bossing, if depending on your mana, if you want, but then go back in for lightning mastery just for a huge amount of damage. Orb of Storms, we added rapid casting, overabundance, and living lightning. In Snap, we have harmonic remnants, controlled destruction, as well as magnified area, just a bigger AoE. Siphoned elements, just harmonic remnants too, again to help create those lightning infusions, which you guys see. And then we got Mana Tempest with efficiency and second wind if you guys want to use this on bosses or something. I have found so far that I don't really need this, but it is cool if you want to use this as like a 1 to 3 second nuke and just do a bunch of different damage there. Now, I do have Archmage selected again. Right now, we had to get to 140 or at least 130 spirit, which is why on our chest piece, again, we have plus 42 spirit in order to use either Archmage or cast on critical. So I have opted at the moment for Archmage with Lightning Mastery for +1 level and Clarity for mana regen. This is going to give you a more consistent amount of damage overall. However, you can 100% do cast on critical. I'm still trying to test and see what I want to put in here, whether it's Arc, Orb of Storms, Snap, Lightning Conduit even. So there's really a few options in here that we can do. I just need to do a little bit more testing with it. So, but at the moment, just to gain some levels and kind of get through some maps, we're doing Archmage just as a more consistent amount of damage. Because right now it's 4% extra lightning damage per 100. I'm almost at 1,000, so that's 40% extra damage, which is kind of crazy. So we're going to keep this as Archmage right now. But again, guys, cast on critical. I'll have an update for this here once I get some more testing done. So that's what we have over on the skills, guys. You know how this plays. It's very simple. We're going to drop down 2 lightning orb of storms. When these fade, we're going to get a lightning infusion. And then we're just going to be able to hit arc and just blast absolutely everything. Now, when you do see a shock on the ground, for anybody who's confused at using this build, when you see somebody who's shocked, you can hit a shock on them, or excuse me, not shock, but a snap, and it'll do that explosion there, which will automatically give you lightning infusions. Lightning infusions is going to give us, see how many we spawn with all the shock ground. It's going to give us 200% increased damage to the build. So if you guys have been following along, we pretty much keep up lightning infusions non-stop. We never try to let these go away. We always want to make sure that we have these. And of course, in the passive tree, we have our mini pseudo ultimate, which is the Archon here, which is great. And you can see now that we have the extra life remnants, we really just have no issues kind of staying alive here, which is great. I do need to go over and get that chest. But yeah, we're just blasting away. Now, I do want to go over the, I'm going to pause. I do want to go over the mobalytics here. I've had a lot of comments on the last couple of videos about this. Everything is 100% updated. So when you guys do see this, okay, it has a brief description of everything that you guys need to take for Contagion and Essence Drain if you guys want to do that through the campaign and then switch over to Arc as well. A lot of people got confused. On Mobalytics, it's different than like Max Roll or another place. We have build variants. So these tabs here that you guys can see is what's going to show you our skills, our gear, as well as the passive tree for what we're doing. The first 4, or excuse me, the first 5 are all Essence Drain. Okay, they're all Essence Drain all the way through. So it shows Contagion, Essence Drain, everything you guys need. And then if you scroll over, make sure you use the scroll because a lot of people had issues trying to find everything. We have the switch to Arc. At level 15, you switch to Arc. I have the gear that you'll need through the campaign. So when you're going through this, on this switch, it's not going to show the gear, guys, because it's the same gear as right here as you're going through the campaign. Then at 41, it'll switch to what I currently have equipped. So that way you guys can kind of have an idea what you want to do when you fully switch over to crit. But down here, again, it shows all the skills. All of this has been completely updated for you guys. Everything is completely here. I do need to add just what is it? Oh my God, I'm tripping. I do need to add the Archmage in there, but I'll add that at the end of this video. But yeah, guys, everything is updated. Same thing with the passive tree. Everything is completely on here for everything that you need to be exactly where I'm at now. So I really do hope that this helps. Again, guys, if you have questions down, let me know down in the comments, guys, and I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying Arc right now. It is very, very fun, very, very good. I've had no issues clearing elites, bosses, absolutely everything since going to crit. It has been really, really fun, guys. So that's my day 4 update. We're working on this. I do have some secret tech that I'm going to be able to do when I hit like 79, I think, or something like that. So I'll update you guys as soon as I have that. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this build. So again, guys, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay gaming. And I'll see you guys in the next one, Emperor Palpatine style. Peace.